update on the kitchen walls. We haven't forgot about the kitchen project. We've been doing goat projects and other kinds of projects that kind of got in front of us. I finally got around to doing the second set of patching on the walls. There's a lot of irregularities in the walls. There's holes and dips and uneven joints and so on and so forth. So I've been evening all that out. I've gone over the second time. Once this dries, then I'm going to be ready to be taping the joints and the corners, and when that's dry, it's going to be time to paint. Finally, Rinda's going to be glad to hear that. And then we can start putting cabinets in place. So maybe in between that, I'm going to start working on the sink cabinet. All we have left of the cabinet for that is the face. The rest of the wood was in horrible shape, so it's gone. I mean, it was rotted. It was horrible. And we have the face, and she's prepping it with the undercoating stuff that she's doing to get it ready to take on the colors and texture that she wants. But I have to build the cabinet for that. We have the sink. We'll be setting the sink in place, finishing up the plumbing, and we can actually have a sink ready to go. And with that, I suspect we may get the dishwasher up and running as well, which means we can stop using the bathtub and the sinks, the bathroom sinks, for washing our dishes. Ugh. Next step on the kitchen and the kitchen walls. For those of you who know how to tape and mud, you're probably looking at this saying, hey, you're doing a horrible job. But
he's doing an amazing job.
It's the best I know how to do. It is getting the walls covered. I do have to do some sanding. We all understand that.
Guys, it looks so good.
So what I have left to do is, when this dries, by tomorrow evening, I'll be able to go over it and sand it, see if there's any little repair stuff I need to do, and it'll be ready for the final mud that's going to go on it. Hopefully by that time everything will be nice and even and smooth, and then when it dries come Monday, it'll be time to paint, and then when that dries, it's time to start putting cabinets in place. She is excited about that.
No, not at all.
So probably on Monday, what I'm starting to work on is the sink.
Wait till you see my sink. I opted on purpose not to get a farm sink. I know, I've been wanting one the entire time, but I have a friend who has one, and it was actually in the home that we were at in Pittsburgh for a while, and it didn't drain well. It kind of was flat, and it wasn't as deep as I would like, and so the water splattered. And so I checked these out, and they weren't that much different, even at different stores. And I looked at the reviews on them, and I was just like, you know, I want a really good sink that works. So I got a gorgeous sink. I can't wait to show you. It's not white, but it's very deep. I really like it.
Excited for this, actually usable progress to start happening. It's going to be fantastic.
Yeah. This is our watertight gate.
And no water's getting out of this gate.
We were reading this morning about some of the mistakes that goat keepers make. And one of the big ones was putting a flimsy gate in. And so this thing is not flimsy. Again, we were able to get wood for very, very inexpensive. We have a source where we can get it for $1 a board of 2x6s.
8 to 9 foot long.
8 to 9 foot long, and so
that's what we did.
That's what we did, and this is going to be an amazing gate. What you doing? Huh?
So looking for food.
What you doing?
What you got in the way of food here?
All right.
Okay, just pick it up and heft it around.
Are we gonna be able to move this thing?
It's gonna take a heavy-duty hinge to handle this gate. probably weighs more than you do.
It was just that I couldn't get it up. Hello?
Well,
Hello?
no goats,
goats are crawling over this thing. You want to see where it's going to go?
How many boards can we put in there? It's going to take a really strong hinge to do this.
Well, we may have
Just
done
saying.
We may have done it wrong.
So what are you doing?
I'm going to go in here. This is like a walkway, not a doorway.
You think we overbuilt?
I think we overbuilt.
Stuff off here.
We didn't make the door too wide. We forgot we had to cut some of the sideboards that are sticking out on the garage wall. So we just need to get barn wall. We need to get the
reciprocating saw.
Yeah, and make them go away.
Yeah, make them happen.
Now
Okay,
we really got to go find strong.
That will sit right in there. So we're going to need a hinge, and
I think Ace, here we come, huh?
yeah, it's going to have to be a super strong hinge fastened on this. And
Well,
on
this is a super strong 6x6 upright, so that's perfect.
Yeah, no problem fastening there. I'm putting the feet on now. I have enough clamps to get 2 sets of them in place. I'm using these 2x6s and some 2x4s in conjunction with one another so that it comes out kind of, it looks the same both sides, but nice, sturdy, strong. I'm going to screw these in, screw them together, and do that at both ends, and we'll have the feet on. And from there, I'll be able to go on to build the actual stanchion part of this whole apparatus so that the goats will have a place they can eat and we can hold them securely in place so they don't try to get away. It's going good. We've got a nice sturdy, this is to hold the neck braces in place. It's extremely sturdy. It's going to do a great job of holding it.
Let me just say that for everybody that's ever made a stanchion, let's say 100 million people have made one, there are 100 million different ways
Probably
to build
101 million, or maybe 2 million actually. So
we looked at so many.
So what our plan is from here is that these are the pieces we're going to use for the neck braces, and what we've got to do is a little more research to know how we're going to do the cutout in here, because we're going to have the space for the neck so that it's wide enough for the neck, it's down low enough for the neck, and not up too high, but high enough that they can raise their head.
Show them how those are going to go in.
So what's going to happen is this one is going to be set in place.
Stationary.
This one is going to be able to move back and forth, okay? And so what will happen is when the goat is in, oh, and we didn't mention, there's going to be a feeder fastened right here that they'll come in to get their feed that's sitting right here. They'll be excited about that. So they'll be eating their feed like they love to do come milking time.
And you know, Jim, I don't think it has to touch. I think you could probably have them 2 inches apart at the bottom and bring them up like that, and they'd be fine. And
Absolutely.
we just put the peg in.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
we just have to get the neck size, and we may need to wait till we...
This one will swing over like this, and then we'll have a dowel
on that side.
Metal thingy that slides through a hole that's in these 2 boards and in this upright, and it holds it in place so it can't go back and forth. Those of you who have these, it's like, of course, that's how you do it. But that's our plans with this. So we've got to know more about the spacing.
Measure our goat's necks, kind of.
We just need to get the sizing. What we want to do is cut these, and then we're going to sand them nicely so that all the corners are rough, or rounded, so it's, you know, nice and as comfortable as a neck.
As your neck being between 2 boards could feel.
What can I say? And so we're that close to being done on this. This is great. We're running out of light. We're putting the animals away. We've put them away.
They're away. I'm cold. Let's go in.
Okay.